Hi vlog hogs, welcome back to another vlog. The lighting in here is crazy right now because the sun is coming in. You know, the sun is starting to set because it's 3:24 p.m. Who's loving the time change? I wonder if you're loving it as much as I am. I actually talked about this on stream this week, but I had therapy this week, like every week, and was talking about how bad I've been feeling. And my therapist was like, yeah, this happens every year. Yeah, it's like not clockwork, white clockwork. This happens every year. So anyway, I'm just about to start a cross stitch project, and so I thought that I would show you what I do to start my cross stitch projects. I don't know. I don't know if y'all cross stitch. If you do, I would love to know. But it's one of my favorite hobbies. It's especially one of my favorite fall and winter hobbies because whenever it's cold outside, oh my gosh, I just love to sit in here in my room and like listen to something on my headphones or put up a YouTube video on my what is this? Computer. God. I have not really talked to a lot of people today, and I like it that way. I had such a busy day yesterday. I had a hair appointment, which, side note, I did get some color done yesterday. Obviously, you can't tell, but I got a little bit of color done because I was telling my hairstylist about how I wasn't super sure about my hair from the get go. And she was like, well, let's just add some lowlights in. And we were not planning on doing that. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I was there for like 3 hours versus like the 1 hour that I thought that I would be there because I thought I was just getting a trim. But anyway, the reason that I'm telling you that is because I forgot that usually whenever I get my hair done, if I get color, I don't wash it for like 48 hours, is what she usually tells me to do. Yeah, I completely forgot about that this morning. I was so excited to like take a big shower, was washing my hair and was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this. So I doubt that it's going to mess up the color at all. Today, I just really wanted to have a chill day. I really wanted to cross stitch, and I have been stitching. I can show you what I've currently been working on. Honestly, it'll probably be easier for me to just grab the camera to show you. So I've been working on this bird stitch. I've been working on this for so long, and I just did this one little piece today over here on the bottom right where the two little birds are on the branch. It's looking so cute, and I'm really, really close to being done. You can probably tell that it's almost done, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like over working on it because you can see that the thread is variegated thread. And so the way that you have to actually work with that is just a little bit more tedious than the way that I usually like to stitch. So yeah, I was working on that for a little bit today, and then I don't know, I just took a break to eat a little snack. I actually was going to make some more oatmeal, but we only have one egg, and I'm so upset about it because I really wanted to make the oatmeal to have it ready for tomorrow and not have to worry about making it tomorrow morning. And I'm sorry, but like, I'm not leaving the house today. I'm not going to the store. I'm not getting eggs. Shane is working, but I don't think that he's off until later, so I don't want to ask him to get any eggs. But I don't really want to do like an order for eggs because we don't need that much other stuff either. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm here to talk about cross stitching. I love that I was like, I'm going to show y'all how I start a cross stitch project. And then I was like, actually, let me talk to you about 10 other things. All right, I'll just give you this view. So as you can see, I've got my cloth here. I just cut off a piece. I cut off a piece about, I don't know how big this is. I'm pretty sure that this finished project is going to be small. I don't know exactly how small it's going to be, but I am making this as a gift for someone, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is just in case they watch the vlogs. But I'm going to use my Q-snap frame. So lots of times I do like to stitch in a cross stitch hoop. I really love to finish a project in a hoop because I just think that it looks cute if you keep it in the hoop versus like actually getting it framed. But I got Q-snaps for the first time a couple of years ago, and they are so amazing. They come apart and you just snap these pieces together, and it's a much easier way to get like really good tension on your project. So these pieces come apart. I'm going to try to show you. You can see they come apart, and so then you can store it a little bit easier. But basically what you do is you will just lay the Q-snap frame on the fabric. You definitely want to make sure that you've got everything lined up correctly, so you're hopefully stitching, on straight lines. And what I've been doing recently that I saw people do is called stitch in the ditch. And so typically in the past, what I would do is I would put the fabric over the Q-snap frame and, do it that way and stitch like that. But stitching in the ditch means that you actually snap the fabric underneath the Q-snap frame, and then you're stitching on it from that way. And it makes it a lot easier to pull on it and adjust the tension, which is really nice. So I'm going to try to line this up. Okay, maybe I should start with this side because I'm having trouble, but whenever I snap it, I don't want to snap it on top personally. I like to snap it more on the side, only because then I have a little bit more wiggle room as far as tightening the fabric goes, because I can pull it more towards the front. So I will do that, and then I usually like to do opposite sides before I start on the top and bottom. Okay, so I've got it snapped in, but you can, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's a little bit of give to the fabric. So I really want to pull the Q-snap frame to make sure that it's nice and tight, because you want to have a lot of tension on your fabric. You don't want to be like pulling it way too crazy, but it's much easier to stitch whenever the fabric has enough tension on it versus it having slack. Okay, that's good. I've gotten it pretty tight now. And so the one thing that kind of sucks about stitching in the ditch is that you do have all of this fabric, but that's where my next little thing comes in, and this is called a grime guard, and it's basically just a piece of fabric that you can put around your hoop or around your Q-snap frame, and it keeps your fabric from getting dirty on the edges, which is really nice, especially if you're working on a larger project and you're handling it a lot. You really want your hands to be super clean, but the grime guard just kind of helps protect it against the natural oils in your hands and things like that. So the other good thing about the grime guard is if you are stitching in the ditch like this, I always like to just kind of fold the fabric back away from the actual piece, like the parts that I'm going to be working on. And then they're kind of tucked into the fabric. And so you can see that you've got a nice clean area to work with. And if you need to tighten it or like adjust the tension or whatever, then you can just take the grime guard off and adjust it from there. So now that I've got that, I already have my thread. I got some thread the other day at the store. I've got it in this little like sewing kit bag situation. I've got a bunch of random stuff in this front pocket. There's also a pocket over here that's got some needles. I think it's got some needle threaders. I've got a random hoop in there. And then I put all of my fabric, or I'm sorry, not my fabric, my thread for this current project. So those are the threads that I'm going to use. Now, what I do like to do is I like to put them on bobbins like these and number them. And then I like to keep them in here to just have like easy access for the ones that I'm using. This is a little bit big to use it for something like that. So I've got my bird stitch threads in there. So what I'll do is I also like to put them on a bobbin and then tuck them in these little pockets to have them for easy access. So I might potentially do that, but I think that I might start the project today without putting these on bobbins, because then I can just like stick them in there, and then as I need them, I can grab them. And you can pull your thread. Like you can pull them from the actual skein itself. Like you can just pull it straight from there, but it is a little bit easier and more organized to have them on bobbins. So I've got that. Sorry about the light. I know that it's weird. My cross stitch stand. I don't know if I've shown this to y'all. I think that I have. I actually built this, like I assembled this for the vlog one day. And then I don't think that I ever included the footage because I don't really remember why, but this was like last year sometime. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to assemble it, but I actually was able to. But the cross stitch stand, oh, it has changed my life, especially for a larger project like this. You can see it's just like holding that can be very cumbersome. Now for this one, I don't even necessarily need to use the stand because I really could hold this comfortably because it's very lightweight. So I think that I might start it out with just holding it. But if I want to, all that I have to do is loosen this up here. You just loosen this up and it's a clamp. Well, we'll see. There we go. It's a little clamp, and then you can just take it out, and I can take this one and stick it in. And there you go. I mean, hello. And I've got my little scissors here, which look like a little bird, very cute. I have a needle threader here, which I don't really use very often. I don't really have a problem threading needles. We were watching The Amazing Race like a month or so ago, and one of the challenges was that they had to thread like 5 needles, and it was like the last challenge or something for the very final, like the final. And of course, if you have that much adrenaline, like I'm sure that your hands are shaking because they were all like shaking violently. But Shane and I looked at each other and we were like, because we love to do this, we love to watch The Amazing Race and talk about like how good we would be at it. Or we love to look at the challenges and be like, oh, you would do this one. Oh, I would do that one for sure. And we were looking at the needle threading one and we both just looked at each other and we were like, oh my God, I would do so good at this. Okay, one last step that I like to do, and this is kind of a hack, sort of, but not really. I see a lot of people on cross stitch Reddit talking about the, what's it called? What is it called? Pattern Keeper app. But you can't get the Pattern Keeper app on iOS. You can't get it on like your iPad or your iPhone, which I think is kind of strange. you don't need it. Okay, you don't need it. Here's what I do. I will email myself the pattern unless I can already access it in my email, of course. And here's a perfect example. I can show it to you. I can show it to you here with my bird stitch. Okay, so I will pull the pattern up in my email, and then I've got it there, and I will zoom in on it, and I will take a screenshot of it. And then in your screenshots, you can do a markup tool. So let me just show you, for example. If I take a screenshot of this and I pull it up right here, this would be saved into my camera roll, right? But whenever you go to edit, if you go to markup, then you can draw lines and you can adjust and draw the lines as you're actually finishing the project to mark it off. So of course I just did that, and they're like very skinny black lines that you can't really see. But when you have it saved into your camera roll and you edit it and click markup, you can adjust the color, the thickness, the brightness, etc. And then you just have these different sections that you're working on that you can mark off as you go, versus using the Pattern Keeper app is kind of like a similar thing where you mark off the stitches as you go, just to be able to keep track of your progress. So I don't really need to keep that. I haven't even really been marking off on this one as I'm finishing it. I've only got a little bit more to do. I've just been like referencing it from my actual email. Yeah, I'm going to email myself this pattern and make sure that I've got access to it, and I will favorite it in my email as well, so it's easy for me to get to. And then I'm going to get started. I'm not going to try to do a ton of it today. I just sort of want to get started because it is going to be a Christmas gift, and I have another stitch that I want to work on for somebody else that I've been really wanting to do that I haven't gotten started on yet. And truly, like I said earlier, all that I really wanted to do today was like relax and cross stitch. So I'm going to get started on that. Just thought I would share with y'all. Hope that you enjoyed the cross stitching section of today's vlog. And I will see y'all soon for who knows what. There's no telling. I just went to the GI doctor for the first time ever. I feel like I look very red. I have been like burning hot. Honestly, it was 1,000,000 degrees in there, but I don't look this red in person. I promise, it's mostly on camera. It was great. I love the doctor. He was recommended to me by a friend, and I'm really glad that she encouraged me to go because he was so nice. I could tell that he like really cares about trying to help me feel better. And I actually made this appointment probably like a month and a half or so ago. I need to start driving. I made this appointment about a month and a half or so ago whenever I was having some problems, and I'm not having those exact same problems anymore. So I was like, well, this isn't really going on anymore. But he was like, well, definitely keep an eye out for that, and was giving me some tips on things that I can do to kind of help improve some symptoms and stuff that I was having. And yeah, we've got a few other things that we're gonna do. He does want me to get a blood test for celiac just to see. He was like, I mean, if you haven't really had any kind of like serious allergic reaction, I doubt that you're celiac. You might just have like a gluten sensitivity or gluten intolerance. And I was like, I think that's probably what I have. But he was like, are you gonna eat any gluten on Thanksgiving? And I was like, dude, I have to, I was like, I have to have a little bit of stuffing. I think that I did that last year as well. I think I had like a little bit of stuffing. And so he was like, well, this will be perfect if you can just like have a little gluten on Thanksgiving, maybe have a little bit more that week and see how you feel. Then you can come in the following week or like a few days later to get your blood test for that, because you do have to have gluten in your system whenever you get that done. So we're gonna do that. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna finally get to eat goldfish again, because that's all that I've ever wanted since I've been gluten-free is goldfish. But I will probably eat some stuffing as well. So obviously, we'll see how that makes me feel. If it makes me feel really bad, then clearly we know that I've got some kind of a sensitivity, but it'll be nice to have actual blood work done for that. And then he also wants me to do a stool kit. Okay. If you know what that is, I think you can figure it out. So I've never done that before, but he was like, that's another good thing for us to double check and make sure that there's no like super serious stuff going on. It's a good way to help us like diagnose certain things with IBS and blah, blah, blah. So y'all already know I'm always talking about having stomach issues. It was great. I can tell that he's very curious. He very much has the mindset of like wanting to really help you feel better. So that's exciting. I was very nervous about that appointment. Of course I was, but it went great, and I'm thankful that I went. And I'm proud of myself for going, because it's not easy to go to appointments whenever you're scared. And it's really not easy to take care of yourself, but it is important to do that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually a little bit, not a little bit, I'm pretty close to Whole Foods, and I'm gonna go see if I can find some tea, because when Shane and I were in Asheville, I had chai tea at the restaurant where we had brunch, and it was from Asheville Tea Company, and it was so delicious that I actually ordered like a sample pack of it online, but they didn't have the chai in the sample pack, and so I went to go order some of the chai the other day, and it was sold out, but it said that they sell them in grocery stores. So I was like, okay, it said that they have it at Whole Foods. I didn't like check the stock online at Whole Foods or anything. They just said that they sell it there. So I'm gonna go get myself a little tea treat, and even if they don't have the exact tea that I'm looking for, I'm sure they'll have some kind of chai, but I thought that might be a nice little treat for myself. And then there's also an Ulta nearby, and I'm almost out of shampoo, so I'll probably swing by Ulta and grab some shampoo as well, and then just head home. Today is a Tuesday, so I'm gonna be streaming tonight, which is nice. Don't know what I'm having for dinner. Shane is out of town for work, so I'm on my own. But yeah, I just wanted to update y'all about that, and I always like to tell y'all about my appointments and what I've got going on, and always tell y'all about like how anxious I am about them, because I've always said this, but like I just would like to help encourage other people to do things to take care of themselves. And also I am here as an empathetic ear when you have appointment after appointment after appointment, or like things going wrong repetitively, and when you feel really exhausted that you have to go to so many different appointments. I understand, and I feel that, and I know how hard it is, and I know how stressful it is, and I know that it's scary to go to the doctor, and it's scary to go to a new doctor. So I just like to share that with y'all, because I know that some of y'all feel the same way. But you can do it, okay? It's good for you. It's important. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, I've got a quick little haul for you. They did have Asheville Tea Company tea, but they didn't have their chai, which is what I really wanted. But I also was looking at this one online, and so I went ahead and got it. It's the chamomile lavender. Oh, baby. I thought this would be nice in the evening before bed. It's like a nice little sleepy tea, so I'm excited to try that. And then I also got this chai from Rishi Tea and Botanicals. It's their masala chai. The packaging is really beautiful on that one. I don't know, we'll try it. I feel like tea is kind of hard to mess up, but I've really been in the mood for just like straight up chai, and I haven't had any chai since we were out of town. Also, I got some strawberries and blueberries that looked very yummy. Hold on, I'm pausing because somebody's pulling in next to me. Awkward. Okay, at Ulta, let me show you what I got. Okay, he's gone, thank God. I got Pureology shampoo and conditioner, the hydrate kind, which is in the purple bottle. This stuff smells so good. It's very like minty and fresh, and I know that my hairdresser uses this. I've used this in the past. My mom really likes Pureology, but it is really expensive. But since I do have color in my hair, it's like, you know what, why not splurge? And then I actually had a free gift with purchase. I guess it was like if you spend so much on Pureology, you got a free Color Fanatic spray. 21 essential benefits. It's a multitasking leave-in spray, and I'm pretty sure that my hairdresser uses this too. It's got a lot of protecting, priming, I don't know, mist on clean damp hair and comb through prior to styling. So I guess I could use this before I use any other kind of heat protectant or whatever. Can't really smell it. I don't know what it smells like, but I know this stuff smells good. Very like minty and fresh, like I said. So 3 o'clock now, I'm gonna head home, take the dogs on a little walk, figure out what the heck I'm gonna eat for dinner, and then stream. So that's what's up with me today. I hope y'all are having a good day whenever you're watching this. I actually have been on the couch for the past like hour reading my book because I'm getting very close to finishing it. I'll probably talk about it in this vlog. And yeah, anyway, the reason why I'm here is to open a package with you. And I ordered some nail polish from a new brand that I have never tried before. The brand is called Sassy Sauce, and I ordered from them. I'm gonna clip you on my cup while I open it. I ordered from them because I think that I want to start getting into magnetic nail polish. I am on the Reddit Lacqueristas subreddit page, and I saw everybody in there posting about like different magnet setups, different magnetic polishes and stuff over the past like 6 months or so. Like people have been going crazy, and I've never tried a magnetic polish, and honestly it always seems just like a lot of work to me. But I kind of enjoy taking a lot of time to do a manicure if it's time for me to do my nails. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try it out. Oh, cute. Oh my God, look. Hi, Jackie, and everything's wrapped up. That is so cute. So I've seen a lot of people posting in that subreddit about like different brands that they love, and of course, Mooncat is one of them that's really great. But they recently raised their prices, which kind of sucks. So I'm keeping an eye out on one magnetic polish from them called Weeping Willow, and I want to see if they have a Black Friday sale, and maybe I'll grab a couple more. But another brand that people recommend ILNP a lot, which I don't have anything from them, but I also saw some polishes from them that I'd like to order. But I've heard some people talk about Sassy Sauce, and it's like a small independent brand. And so I'm like, well, this looks so fun. And everything is wrapped in these cute little, oh my gosh, how cute. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited for these. Only one of them actually is a magnetic, but the other ones are really pretty. So let me show you what I got. I'm also going to hook you to my shirt because that's a little bit easier to talk to you that way rather than trying to balance my cup in front of my face. I think this might be the magnet. I don't have any magnets. Oh, it's definitely the magnet. My scissors were just sticking to it. Perfect. So I got one magnet from Sassy Sauce. This is the thin one. She had like a big, thick, chunky one, and then this thin one. And it's like, what's it called? Like Neodymium Magnet or something like that. That's what's recommended whenever you're doing magnetic nail polish. And there are a few different techniques that you can do. Like you can lay your finger on the magnet whenever you paint the polish, or after you do a coat, you hold the magnet over the polish. There's also really cool effects that you can do with like a horseshoe magnet. So I also plan on getting one of those. But to start out, I just got the little bar magnet and thought that I would see if I could do any cool effects with that. Wow, these are really nicely packaged. They're like bubble wrapped and in their own little pouch, which is really nice. I definitely appreciate the protection. Sometimes you order polishes from brands and it's like they are just packaged so terribly. Oh my God. Do you see how gorgeous this is? Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Okay, this one is called Northerly Island Nights. This one is not a magnetic, but it's like purpley. It looks like it has some almost rainbow shimmer, and it has some really big like iridescent flakes inside that you can see. Oh, this is so my color. You're gonna notice I tend to really buy like purples, blues, and greens for nail polish because those are just colors that look best on me. I feel like I'm probably a cool tone person, or like I look better in cool tones than warm tones. Yet I have all gold jewelry, which is unfortunate, but especially with nail polishes, like blues specifically, I think look the best on me. So I really gravitate towards like those cooler tones. Anytime that I wear like a red or a pink, I just feel like it looks all wrong on me and makes my skin tone look crazy. So these are all bluey, greeny purples. This one is called Read Between My Tulips. And oh my God. This actually looks similar to one that I got from Mooncat in the past, I don't know, few months or so. But I cannot resist a like dark blue, chromy kind of a situation. So that is just gorgeous. Ooh, yay. Okay, this is the magnetic one that I got. So this is called Houdini. And it is this like dark purpley. Again, you can kind of see there's like a coppery almost shimmer inside. I'm not sure if you can even tell, but it's got like a blue-green kind of a shift, but it also has a coppery kind of a shimmer. And I'm pretty sure that whenever you magnetize it, it really pulls out that like coppery kind of a glow. It does say on the site that this is not like a super strong magnetic, so it's not going to give you like a crazy effect. You know, lots of times you can get that like really crisp line, but I'm still excited to play around with it and see. But I think that she recommended doing a horseshoe magnet to try to do like a velvety effect. But again, I don't have a horseshoe magnet yet. So when I get that, I will be doing it. And I'll probably test it with this magnet as well and just see what I can do. Because again, I've like never tried magnetic nail polish, so I'm very new to it. And from what I understand, it's like a lot of trial and error to get it to look right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, this one is like, I know I'm freaking out about all of these, but they are so beautiful. This one's called Potion of the Ocean. And this is just holy crap. This is like the most gorgeous, vibrant blue. It has a pinky kind of purpley shift. It has really, really chunky like flakes and shimmer in there. I'm not sure if you can see, but I don't know, I might do one hand with different colors. Like I thought about doing both hands with Houdini and trying to magnetize one hand, but not magnetizing the other and just seeing how it looked. But this is the one that I was probably the most excited about was Potion of the Ocean. Whoops. And I feel like this one with Northerly Island Lights or I'm sorry, nights on the other hand would be really pretty because they both have those really big iridescent flakes. I'm so excited for all of them. And I also got a quick dry top coat. This was really nice. So I got too excited whenever I was placing the order and I like checked out really fast. And then I remembered that everybody said whenever you're doing a magnetic polish, it's best to use a quick dry top coat. I don't exactly know why. I know that you're supposed to magnetize the top coat as well, but specifically people say to use a quick dry top coat, and I don't really have many quick dry top coats, so I got one from her. It's called On the Fly, and I got too excited when I was placing the order for the polishes and the magnets that I forgot to add the top coat into the cart. So then I placed another order for the top coat, and I sent her an email and I was like, hey, do you mind to like ship this together with the other ones just so I get it all at once? I got too excited when placing the order. And she was like, of course, no problem. Literally shipped it all out same day. And then she refunded me the shipping cost on the second order since I technically placed 2 orders, but only got 1 shipment. Oh my gosh, wait, she sent something extra. Cuticle caviar, peppermint mocha. Ooh, oh my God, I bet it's like a cuticle oil or like a cuticle serum or something. I love that. Peppermint mocha. Oh my God, I bet this smells so good. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Cream. Love that. Oh my God, it absolutely smells exactly like peppermint mocha. That is delicious. What else is going on in here? Oh, I got a little sticker. Sassy sauce polish. Love that. And then, oh, a business card. Okay, Carrie Duffy. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much. Her website is sassysaucepolish.com. And you can also look her up on Instagram or Facebook. It looks like, oh, a Facebook fan group. Love that. And then what's this? Polish and Beauty Expo in Chicago. Oh, how fun. Oh my God, is she based out of Chicago? That's so cool. I'm also saying she, so I'm sorry about that. I guess I don't technically know what their pronouns are. So please, Carrie, if you see this, please forgive me. I should be better about that. Yeah, and then here's my little orders. I'm so excited to try these. Now, I also need to do my toes today, so I'm definitely not going to be filming that, okay? Not for free. I'll link my Venmo down below if you want a toe reveal. No, I'm kidding. Unless. But if I decide, I mean, I have to try Houdini today. I have to try the magnetic. I'm so excited. Am I allowed to like hold it into the bottle, I wonder? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. But I will definitely I'll try to get some clips. I don't know. I'll show you whatever I do, but not on my toes. From what I've read, you can either magnetize both coats of polish, or you can do one thin layer of the polish and then one really thick layer of the polish and only magnetize the second layer. And I think I'm going to do my ring finger. I know that's kind of awkward, but it's got pretty good amount of real estate. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to do just one thin coat of polish and then do a thicker coat of polish over top of it and try to magnetize just the thicker coat because I kind of want to see what the polish looks like on its own at first. And oh yeah, this is really pretty. I feel like 2 coats of this is going to be perfect as well. I hope that y'all can see that. It's so pretty. It's like this deep purple, and I feel like the shimmer just looks like it's rainbow. We're just going to hold the magnet over it. So this is without the magnet. I'm just going to hold the magnet over it for like 30 seconds or so. You have to get it really close, but obviously you don't want it touching. But it's recommended to hold it over the polish for 30 seconds to a minute. And then I think I said this earlier, but you're supposed to do the same thing after you do the top coat because the top coat can make the particles like spread back out again. Ooh, okay. I feel like maybe it's because my nail is so small, but I don't even feel like it really did. Well, let me do this. Okay, it's much easier if I just hold the camera to try to show you, although it's not going to focus. I feel like it didn't quite do a magnetic line effect, but it did almost do sort of like a velvety kind of, like you can see on the second coat that it looks way more coppery. And so I don't know if that's because my nail is so small or what, but I can't quite tell. I feel like I might need to do 2 coats of it on a nail without magnetizing it to see exactly what the difference would be. Okay, I am going to do a couple coats on my pinky just to see if I can tell a difference with it magnetized and not magnetized, but just looking at the comparison of my nails, I wonder if I would be able to hold it with like the short side over if it would give me more of a line, because I do feel like holding it flat over my nail, it pretty much takes up the entire nail surface because they're so short right now. So I don't know if that would work if I could try to do it on the more narrow side. Maybe I should do that with my pinky instead, and then I can do a top coat over both of them and try magnetizing them both again. Okay, so I'm going in with a pretty thick coat. Oh, I can absolutely tell the difference in the magnetized versus the non, but I'm actually going to hold it over with the thin, narrow side now and see if that does anything different. Oh my God! Oh my God, that worked. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm so dramatic. Dude, no way. Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, holding the skinny side, I have to show you. Okay, it's having trouble focusing, but look at that. Do you see that line on my pinky? The line of green? Okay, so holding it with the narrow side to try to do the magnet effect, it gives you like a cat eye effect. Oh, that is so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry my camera is like really not focusing today, but you can get the visual. That oh my God. This is so exciting. Okay, now I'm kind of like, screw the idea that I had of one color on each hand. I think I might want to do Houdini and just like take the time. Maybe I'll do my toes first. Well, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I think I might want to take the time and actually magnetize this. I could at least do one hand. You know, if I get tired of doing both hands, I can change, but I will try to get some good shots of it, whatever I choose to do whenever I'm done. But oh, I'm so happy. I was honestly a little like, okay, I don't feel like the magnet is doing anything, but holding it with the narrow side, just because my nails are so short and small, that's the way to do it. Oh, that is so cool. I'm so excited.